All right, good morning, MrBot owners. I was asked to make this video to talk a little bit about what my morning routine is with Solana NFT trading. So I got the MrBot token. I got lucky number 100 about a week and a half ago, just after the launch took place. When I actually watched, I don't know, some video online where they were talking about different analytics projects, and one of the hosts said this was a game changer token. He thought that the team behind it was just going to blow this thing out of the water and that there's a massive amount of value. So I picked it up. I've been using it for a few weeks. Absolutely love it. It's become part of my morning routine. And I'll walk you guys through exactly what I'm doing, what I'm looking for, at least at this point, how I'm really investing into some of these projects. So with that, the first thing that I do every morning when I jump online is I'm going over to the MrBot Daily Mints Discord channel, where it's listing out all the different mints that are taking place for the day. From there, I will jump in to each of these Discord channels, get verified, and start understanding exactly what these projects are about. And so in the case of like Crypto Chronics, you can see how many people are in the Discord channel, the date, the price, all of those different aspects. And really where I start to really dive into some of these projects is I want to know what's the roadmap look like, because you're going to have a lot of hype going into the mint. Is it going to be able to hold? Is the project have enough, not just enough of a following, but enough of a roadmap that's going to keep people interested after the hype of the mint dies off? So is this going to be a short-term or a mid to long-term opportunity? So in the case of the Chronic, which is minting today, January 3rd, you can see they've really built out at least what the roadmap looks like for this type of community. They talk a little bit about big opportunity for potentially one person. The thing that I always like to do is just a quick calculator gut check of what's the raise that the project is actually doing. So we know that they're doing 4420 Chronics at a mint price of 1 SOL. Current US dollar value is $175 per SOL. So the total raise for this project is going to be about $750,000. I want to understand exactly how those funds are going to be used, what they're going to be bringing to the table, how they're going to be engaging that overall community. And so I'll get a quick understanding of what that looks like. We'll also look at the team if possible, understand what the background of those guys looks like if I have that extra time. Then what I'll do is I'll actually start loading up the MrBot analytics, which do this, move this over, just so I can get this up really quickly. So what MrBot is doing is it's constantly pinging Magic Eden so that you don't have to hit the F5 refresh button. It will start gathering information once a mint has gone live and been completed and is initially implemented on Magic Eden. Why is this important? Because in the first few minutes of trading can be some of the most lucrative, because nobody knows what they should be pricing these things for right now. I think that that's probably going to change in the next 6 months as the owners of these collections or the project managers start thinking about how they can better price these things, kind of like when a company does an IPO. They're constantly wanting to think, what's the max raise that they can get when they bring this thing to market. All right, so for today's mints, there's Lucky Lotto, and you need to do an underscore anytime that there's a space. There is 3D Google, then there's Pixel Chickens, and Crypto Chronics. Crypto Chronics. So what you're going to see now, and you see for the next few hours, is there's actually not going to be anything. These are just going to be blank. And you're going to be, well, why should I be having this? That's because go figure out what the mint time is for you. Put it on your calendar and think about, make sure that if you're not minting it, that you're watching what's taking place live in the secondary market. You also want to make sure that you have Discord chat open. You want to know what is exactly taking place during the live mint. So you'll see that there's a lot of activity right now. Everybody's really excited about this. Just huge activity that's taking place during the mint, because this is like Christmas for everybody. Everybody's got stars in their eyes. So you want to know, the reason that you have this up is because during a mint, a lot of different things can happen. A mint can go sideways. It often does. And what you'll see is the floor will start to drop. People get their NFTs, bump them open. You have people that all they're doing all day is looking for the one-of-ones and the rares. The moment that they don't get a one-of-one or a rare in the collection, then they immediately want to dump their hand. And they throw it out at maybe a slight discount or at the mint price because they just want to break even as quickly as possible. So then you might start to see some panic selling. That creates buying opportunities if it's a project that you believe in or you're interested in for the mid to long term. That is where for me, the mint starts to go. Where I use MrBot for more the mid to long term is for projects that I'm either invested in or I'm interested in. I will have these typically running throughout the day so I can see exactly what's taking place just from a market perspective. It's a lot easier than going into Solana Floor, for example. And in the case of, we'll just do like one of the ones I'm in is Fine Phillies. You can see what the day looks like and where the day has been trending, but it's not going to give you the actual live information. It's going to give you a little bit more of that historical data. Lastly, what I'll use this correlation for is watch what takes place during the mint. Wait for the most amount of selling selling pressure that takes place when things to really start to go down, to see which projects actually survive. So in the case of Millionaire Apes Club, this was one that was recommended a few days ago. Mint got hacked. A lot of people lost soul. A lot of angry people, and then the floor just dropped out. Mint price was a 0.5. Now it's sitting, the floor is sitting at a 0.16. They've done a couple of sweeps. However, what I'm watching right now in Discord is there's still a lot of activity, a lot of passion for the project, a lot of belief in the creators to actually continue pulling this thing through. And so immediately what I started doing is looking for buying opportunities with either the rares or anything that I thought might hold value in the long term, because I know this is not going to be like a quick flip, but that there's value now that I can get into early and help support the project. So let's see. Last thing that I'll do is if I am buying any positions, closing out any positions, I will actually journal, and I maintain under Coin Market Manager a journal on all positions that I have open or that I've closed. And so in the case of like, this was for Fine Phillies. My average entry was 5 SOL. Target exit was 6.75. And I'll actually journal about this, where I think maybe I made the wrong call, so that I have the ability to go back in hindsight and determine whether or not that was a good trade or a bad trade, or that's something that I need to rethink in the long term. So that's pretty much it. I hope this definitely helps you guys. I derive a lot of value from the MrBot project, even at this early stage. I know that there's other analytics tools out there, but I do believe that this one, because of the live capabilities, the tracking, all that stuff, and the price point right now at least, offers a lot of value for what you're getting